Across the lowlands of the Netherlands, a historic battle against the rising North Sea begins at the raw, dynamic edge of the coastline. Offshore vessels deploy massive suction pipes into the deep seabed, extracting millions of tons of raw marine sand and gravel. Barges arrive at the coastal facility, where towering cranes and wide conveyor belts unload mountains of wet aggregate onshore. Vibrating industrial screens and massive sieves sort the raw aggregate, separating fine sand from heavy gravel with precise mechanical efficiency. High-pressure water jets scour away organic impurities and salinity, transforming raw dredge material into clean, structural-grade construction components. Automated batching plants combine the washed aggregate with high-grade cement, initiating heavy industrial mixing cycles for marine-grade concrete. Massive hydraulic molds press out heavy interlocking concrete structures and breakwater tetrapods designed to absorb the full force of ocean waves. Automated coating systems apply specialized anti-corrosion sealants to shield steel reinforcements and concrete panels from aggressive saltwater erosion. High-powered laser cutters slice heavy geosynthetic sheets and rubber waterstops with exact engineering precision. Automated welding stations fuse structural steel rebar cages and modular floodgate components together for heavy storm barrier deployment. Specialized technicians meticulously hand-finish critical rubber seals and fine-tune the locking mechanisms of modular flood defenses. Quality control teams subject every component to high-frequency ultrasonic scans and extreme pressure tests to verify structural integrity. Precise laser markers etch official identification codes and safety certifications onto the completed marine defense units. Heavy-duty packaging lines seal the modular barrier components in weatherproof wrap and secure them tightly onto wooden pallets. Prefabricated modules are loaded for deployment, completing a modern industrial marvel that safeguards an entire nation against the sea. Transport trucks deliver the prefabricated elements directly to coastal staging yards, preparing them for massive marine installation. Giant crawler cranes lift and maneuver massive concrete sections into place against heavy coastal winds. Specialized construction vessels drive steel sheet piles deep into the mudflats to anchor the new coastal foundations. Underwater inspection units verify the precise alignment and sealing of submerged foundation blocks along the seabed. High-capacity pumps inject specialized underwater mortar to lock the heavy modular components into a single solid structure. Massive storm surge barrier gates undergo full mechanic synchronization tests across major waterway channels. Automated telemetry networks monitor real-time stress levels and water pressures from a centralized command center. Autonomous drones conduct routine aerial scans, inspecting the vast expanse of the coastal defense grid for any signs of wear. The newly engineered barriers absorb and dissipate the raw kinetic energy of incoming North Sea waves. Through relentless industrial innovation and engineering mastery, the Netherlands successfully rebuilds its entire future against the sea. Outermost tidal monitoring stations record real-time wave heights and wind dynamics to anticipate upcoming storm surges. Rigorous maintenance protocols keep the massive pivot hinges and hydraulic cylinders of every coastal lock operating at peak efficiency. Specialized survey vessels map the underwater topography continuously, tracking shifting sediment and seabed stability. Robotic crawlers inspect the armored power lines embedded within the defense network, ensuring uninterrupted energy supply to the gates. High-capacity drainage pumps roar to life when heavy rainfall coincides with high tides, safely clearing inland water into the sea. Geotechnical laboratories analyze continuous soil core samples to verify the compaction and density of newly reinforced dunes. Laser scanners record minute structural shifts across the concrete walls, detecting microscopic settling long before visible wear occurs. Pneumatic systems replenish eroding dunes with fresh offshore sand, maintaining a natural, flexible buffer against the tides. Environmental specialists monitor surrounding marine ecosystems to ensure that heavy industrial coastal defense coexists with local wildlife. An unbreakable shield of modern industrial ingenuity stands tall, securing the prosperous heartland of the Netherlands against an ever-changing sea. Autonomous seeding drones fly across newly restored dunes, blanketing the vulnerable slopes with native grasses to anchor the loose soil. Heavy-duty gantry cranes position prefabricated gate sections into expansion channels, reinforcing the interior waterway networks. Technicians perform rigorous non-destructive weld tests on critical steel supports to guarantee structural endurance under heavy stress. Powerful. Excavation systems clear accumulated silt from drainage sluices, ensuring unrestricted water flow during emergency releases. Automated sensor arrays calibrate the exact hydraulic pressure thresholds required for instantaneous emergency gate deployment. Flexible. Geotextile mattresses are unrolled across the seabed to prevent aggressive scouring currents from undermining foundational walls. Operators run complex predictive simulations in the central control facility. Testing system response readiness against extreme storm scenarios. Maintenance crews routinely replace heavy-duty weather seals, ensuring a watertight barrier during peak tidal surges. The monumental storm barrier stands resilient against the elements, embodying the pinnacle of modern industrial defense. Through visionary planning and master industrial execution, the Netherlands secures its enduring future. Standing strong against the eternal power of the sea, offshore sensor buoys deploy along the outer maritime perimeter, capturing continuous data on localized wave frequencies and subsurface pressures. Advanced laser cleaning systems strip away marine accumulation from structural steel components with surgical precision. Heavy transport flatbeds navigate the coastal staging yards, delivering massive drainage culvert sections to active expansion zones. Specialized pile-driving rigs embed steel casing pipes deep into riverbeds, establishing firm foundational footings for new control structures. Automated underwater welding drones execute critical joint fusions inside submerged drainage conduits away from surface elements. High-resolution thermal imaging scans exterior concrete surfaces, instantly detecting any trace of subsurface moisture seepage. Engineering teams apply high-durability epoxy coatings across repaired lock gates to extend operational lifespans against harsh elements. Industrial winches spool heavy steel cables under strict load testing protocols to verify maximum tensile strength before deployment. Renewable energy infrastructure integrates seamlessly with the sprawling coastal defenses, powering the region's continuous protection network. Through unmatched industrial mastery and relentless engineering, the Netherlands secures its thriving land. Standing forever resilient against the sea, offshore radar towers rotate continuously atop high steel frames, scanning the horizon to track severe weather patterns heading toward the coast. Heavy industrial stamping presses emboss official compliance marks onto structural steel plates destined for core marine reinforcements. Automated robotic arms apply precise beads of structural adhesive along the perimeter of custom rubber gaskets. Deepwater dredgers utilize high-pressure suction systems to clear accumulated sand buildup from critical maritime navigation channels. Engineering teams lower heavy steel reinforcement grids into deep formwork trenches to strengthen the expanding canal banks. High-frequency vibration needles purge internal air pockets from fresh concrete pores, guaranteeing maximum structural density. Automated pneumatic stations test the airtight sealing capabilities of electronic lock control cabinets prior to field installation. Transport trucks haul massive precast concrete breakwater sections out of the manufacturing facility toward coastal distribution points. An extensive network of interlocking storm barriers and canals forms a seamless defense across the protected Dutch landscape. Through master industrial engineering and unmatched resolve, the Netherlands secures its future. Standing strong and prosperous against the sea, high-precision laser sensors measure minute water level variations along the inner harbor walls in real time. Industrial presses punch precision drainage holes through thick steel plates to prevent hydrostatic pressure buildup. Automated robots apply high-performance waterproofing sealants across newly laid concrete foundation slabs. Heavy marine cranes clear submerged debris from the sluice gates to ensure unhindered mechanical movement. Autonomous sonar drones patrol the waterways, scanning underwater embankments for subtle signs of settling or erosion. Industrial ventilation systems maintain airflow within the subterranean service tunnels running beneath the main barrier. Network engineers execute structural load calibrations on emergency valves using advanced mobile diagnostic tools. Barges transport heavy riprap stones along inland waterways to reinforce vulnerable coastal erosion zones. A vast network of dikes and reclaimed polders demonstrates the harmonious triumph of industrial engineering over nature. Through unmatched industrial mastery and eternal vigilance, the Netherlands securely holds its ground against the infinite power of the sea. Offshore meteorological stations record sudden atmospheric pressure drops and shifting wind vectors across the open. See, robotic arms weld heavy steel gusset plates onto primary barrier support beams with uncompromising precision. Engineering teams position high-tensile geotextile containment bags into deep marine trenches to build a stable foundation. Automated high-pressure cleaning systems scour marine accumulation from the concrete footings of operational floodgates. Acoustic hydrophones monitor underwater ambient sound frequencies to ensure construction activities respect local marine life. Sliding sluice gates execute scheduled emergency closure cycles, verifying mechanical readiness within the drainage canals. Embedded geotechnical sensors transmit continuous real-time data regarding soil compaction and moisture levels. Crawler transport. Vehicles haul prefabricated concrete retaining wall modules across the expansive coastal staging yard. An intricate network of waterways. Green polders and concrete bulwarks demonstrates the pinnacle of civil engineering. Through unmatched industrial mastery and eternal vigilance, the Netherlands securely holds its ground against the infinite power of the sea. Embedded tidal turbine generators harness the natural rhythm of the moving tides, converting water current energy into clean electricity. Robotic milling machines carve precise locking grooves into thick steel hinge blocks with microscopic accuracy. Engineering vessels deploy articulated concrete revetments along riverbanks to prevent erosion and stabilize shifting shorelines. High-pressure steam units clean and maintain the critical valve chambers of the modular flood. Defense architecture. Subsea telemetry transponders transmit continuous structural health metrics from the submerged barrier foundations. Heavy crawler cranes hoist massive pre-stressed bridge segments into place to complete vital transport routes across the canals. Automated applicators inject waterproof silicone compounds into expansion joints to preserve the integrity of the storm. Walls, transport trucks haul completed defense modules from the industrial hub to their final deployment stations along the coast. A sprawling, masterfully engineered network of dikes and canals unites to protect the vibrant heartland of the Netherlands. Through unmatched industrial mastery and eternal vigilance, the Netherlands successfully rebuilds and secures its entire country against the sea. Automated seismic sensors lock into deep bedrock foundations to monitor micro-vibrations generated by heavy wave impacts. High-powered laser systems slice titanium reinforcement plates into custom interlocking brackets with microscopic precision. Specialized dredging vessels deploy high-capacity intake arms to clear accumulated silt from vital lock basins. Automated assembly stations fuse custom weather-stripping profiles onto heavy steel floodgate frames. Industrial sandblasting rigs strip surface oxidation from structural components within protected maintenance dry docks. Autonomous sonar drones execute grid sweeps across reinforced riverbeds to verify final contour profiles. Control room. Technicians oversee automated emergency response drills across comprehensive digital monitoring arrays. Heavy crawler transport vehicles haul prefabricated concrete culvert sections through the active staging yard, an intricate network of waterways. Green polders and concrete bulwarks demonstrates the pinnacle of civil engineering. Through unmatched industrial mastery and eternal vigilance, the Netherlands securely holds its ground against the infinite power of the sea. Telemetry buoys deploy high-frequency acoustic transponders along the outer continental shelf to map deep-sea movement. Industrial presses stamp permanent structural identification marks onto high-tensile stainless steel anchor plates. Engineering vessels use high-pressure water jets to level and compact sandy seabed foundations before block placement. Robotic arms apply thick anti-corrosion epoxy coatings to protect critical interior floodgate pivot joints from wear. Thermal inspection gantries scan completed concrete sections to detect internal curring anomalies before field deployment. Sliding sluice gates perform synchronized test cycles, verifying mechanical precision within the regional drainage infrastructure. Geotechnical terminals process continuous data feeds from embedded strain gauges to evaluate real-time structural stress. Transport fleets haul precast defense modules out of the manufacturing facility toward regional staging zones. A sprawling, masterfully engineered network of dikes and canals unites to protect the vibrant heartland of the Netherlands. Through unmatched industrial mastery and eternal vigilance, the Netherlands successfully rebuilds and secures its entire country against the sea.